Today we're gonna be working on the crest of the trunk again. Hopefully we're gonna try and bang out a lot of this. The last time when we tried to do this, it was about 2 degrees warmer and the Bondo was having a little bit of a hard time drying on us. And so what I did is I ended up borrowing this little like space heater. It wasn't exactly the kind of one that I was imagining. I was imagining one of those like fan looking things I could just set up on the top and kind of like shoot down on it. But this is kind of gonna work. It's obviously not the most optimal thing. We have the heat gun, so what we're doing right now is we're gonna preheat the trunk, just make sure that it gets as warm as possible. We're gonna go out, get a filter for this thing, because I forgot to get the filter whenever I got the oil for it. We're gonna come back, wipe it with some Bondo, and then we'll change the oil on this thing, change that filter, and then we'll be able to start sanding this thing, hopefully, if the Bondo is dry enough. We just got back from getting the oil filter and it's definitely working out pretty damn well, and we didn't burn down the house, so that's pretty good. All of this is really warm and almost all the way across there. So we got this whole trunk all wiped. We got some little stuff on that side that we got done as well. But the main thing is getting a whole nother full wipe on this thing. If we could just get this side to the same as that side, we could probably get this thing in primer and then start blocking it and then move on to the rest. But for right now, we're gonna let this dry, probably prop that up, and then bring the vet out, change the oil on that thing. Do you wanna do the Bondo glass?
What?
The Bondo glass.
Oh, we can if you want.
So I actually forgot. We're gonna do some Bondo glass inside here, and then some little stuff, I think here, and then fill that in. Oh my God, was that a huge pain in the ass to get this thing up. Man, with that new lip and just being as low as it is, with all the air all the way around, it is just not making it easier to lift this thing. Especially since like I used to be able to lift this thing from the back even when it was really low, but obviously now I have the diffuser, I'm screwed there. I used to be able to lift it from the side skirts. Now that I have another like 2 inches sticking out there, that doesn't help. And just like, I'm not really helping myself with this, but hopefully this will be the last time it's up in the air for a while. All right, I'm gonna change the oil on this thing, change the filter, and then you could probably start sanding on that thing, right? Think it's dry enough? Yeah, no, I think
this one's good, but this is still a little tacky.
The sun is finally out, so we're just gonna push this thing out and hope that the Bondo dries. It's still giving us a little bit of a trouble while we're in the garage, but I think we only have to push this thing out maybe a couple of feet and then it'll be in direct sunlight. And we're hoping that that'll help. Well, we're done with the oil change and everything seems to be good. I might have to add a little bit more after it runs for a little bit. I am gonna go take it for a little bit of a test drive. Meanwhile, while I was doing that, George was getting some work done on this tail. And it's looking pretty damn good. We still have a little bit of a low spot right here. So I'd say one more solid wipe, just like right here, and maybe some little stuff, and we're probably pretty much done. What do you think? What?
Sanding?
I mean, yeah.
Sucks.
You seem to like it.
Huh?
You seem to like it.
Not at all. Not at all.
The trunk is finally done, or at least just the top half is. There are some minor things that I would like to take care of later on, but for right now, we are finally moving on to a different area, different portion, maybe a different piece of the trunk. Anyways, it's already cleaned off. We put alcohol on it. It's all clean, and we're ready to put some primer. I know this isn't the best primer. Obviously, we'd like to do it out of a gun, which we'll most likely do before we paint it anyways. But for right now, we're gonna use this just to get one solid color on there and see how it really looks. So I went through an entire can just getting this little bit done. So we went Home Depot, got some more. I'm gonna finish this off, probably get some really solid, thick coats. That way it actually fills in, since this is filler primer, and we used a really heavy grit, so we're gonna try and fill in those. Ooh, that's a different color.
A different color?
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, guys, we're finally done with a single panel on this car. It's turned out really well. We're still gonna have to bring it down with 100, then 220, then 400 before it's totally ready to be painted. But again, we still have so much more to do that we're just gonna get everything pretty much to that point, and then we'll block the whole car before we actually paint it. And then tomorrow we should be getting the back of this thing done, or at least start working on it and see how close we can get. And then we can actually start getting the top of this done, because we pretty much have everything done except for that and then some little tiny stuff. And then we can really start working on some other stuff. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out.